kan Tom dan Jerry itu yang kemarin itu dia itu kemarin Tom dan Jerry main tenis. Nah, kalau yang sedang terjadi di masa lalu, nah itu yang ngebedainnya kita dengan bahasa Inggris dan bahasa Jepang juga sebetulnya ya. Itu ada kakoke gitu, ada past tense-nya ini ya. Ini kenapa juga kita penting untuk belajar past tense ini. Ya karena ini kita nggak terbiasa. We don't get used to using this language in our language gitu. We're not the native, so we have to learn this. Nah ini jadi meskipun bentuk lampau dia itu nggak cuma satu bentuk lampau aja gitu ya. Nah tapi ini ada tipe-tipenya. Yang pertama itu yang simple itu dia cuma yang terjadi di masa lalu, simple that's it. Kemudian kalau yang past continuous itu dia kita ngejelasin pada saat itu terjadi di masa lalunya, gitu simpelnya sih. Oke. Kalau nggak ada pertanyaan, saya move on. Ini nggak apa-apa loh ya.
Halo, Hapka. I think he's terlempar ya. Maybe because of disconnected. Oh, DC is actually disconnected. Okay, so Hapka is asking to be accepted. I think he's back. So so Hapka is back. Hello, Hapka. Is there any problem with your connections? Can you hear us? Am I audible now to you?
Ini koneksi saya sendiri atau
Yes.
is this my own connection?
Yes, you had a problem with your connections because we were here waiting for you. So please carry on. Please continue.
I'm so sorry for the disturbance. So I will continue. Okay. Okay, let's just continue. But this past perfect ini digunakan untuk menyatakan kegiatan yang telah selesai dilakukan sebelum kegiatan lain di masa lampau dimulai. Contoh nih ya, Mickey and Minnie had already played tennis when Tom and Jerry asked them. Paham nggak ya? Jadi ini Mickey dan Minnie ini sudah main tenis ketika Tom dan Jerry ini minta ke dia gitu loh. Nah ini maksudnya adalah menyatakan kegiatan yang telah selesai dilakukan sebelum kegiatan lain di masa lampau dimulai. Jadi dia itu selesainya tuh pas sudah dimintakan ya sama si Tom and Jerry. Mukanya kok antara-antara. Kalau nggak ngerti boleh ditanyakan aja.
Ini kalau misalnya bahasa Jepang tuh teimashita ya?
Betul, mirip-mirip ya.
Naruhodo nih.
Mirip sih, tapi beda ya. Karena tricky. Kalau yang teimashita itu bisa past continuous juga. Bingungnya.
Ya, setuju sih kalau yang teimashita itu past continuous, tapi sebetulnya berbeda kan ya, agak berbeda. Jadi tenses dalam bahasa Jepang jauh lebih sederhana.
Jauh lebih sederhana, betul.
Ya, kalau dalam bahasa Inggris itu kan sampai 16 gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya di head to head dibandingkan agak susah. Ada yang bisa dibandingkan tapi mungkin tidak semuanya bisa dibandingkan.
Nggak semuanya.
Yang Bang Heru tadi sampaikan, yang teimashita kebetulan ya sepertinya bisa dibandingkan dengan past continuous. Oke, continue please.
Oke. Gimana ya kalau bandingin sama bahasa Jepang ya? Jadi mikir nih sayanya. Udahlah, sorry ya. Nah, tapi yang jelas ini past perfect itu jadi gini. Dia tuh udah selesai sebelum kegiatan lain. Gimana ya? Yang jelas sih cirinya sih kalau nanti ada cirinya ya, maksudnya di next-nya itu past perfect ini salah satunya ini ada pakai had ini kan.
Oke, aku tambahin contohnya ya untuk yang past perfect. Lagi bahas yang past perfect ya, Hapkasang. Is that okay?
Betul. Tadi,
Oke.
yes.
Nah, contoh sederhananya seperti ini misalnya. Bahasanya past perfect ya. Say, for example like this. Hapkasang telat masuk ke ruangan Zoom ini misalnya. Sedangkan yang lain itu sudah nunggu. Ini contoh ya, bukan aktualnya. Ya, misalnya yang teman-teman yang lain sudah nunggu nih kira-kira 15 menit. Nah, ketika kita sudah nunggu 15 menit, Hapkasang baru masuk. Itu kan berarti ada dua pekerjaan di waktu yang lampau. Nah, salah satunya terjadi lebih dulu. Yang mana yang terjadi lebih dulu? Kita yang masuk duluan. Hapkasang masuk belakangan. Nah, yang masuk terlebih dahulu itu pakainya past perfect. Yang masuk belakangan pakainya past simple. Jadi kalau mau di bahasa Inggris kan, we had waited for 15 minutes when Hapka entered the Zoom room. Seperti itu. Sederhananya begitu, Hapkas. Jadi kita sudah menunggu 15 menit ketika Hapkasang baru masuk gitu. So Hapka we had berarti ya, we had waited karena past perfect berarti ada had dan verb ketiga. So we had waited for 15 minutes when Hapka entered the Zoom room. Begitu. Menurut pemahamanku apa?
Kalau misalnya yang bedanya simple sama past continuous itu bedanya tuh di mana sih? Kan itu katanya sebenarnya sama-sama simple sama past continuous.
Beda
Karena kan
dong.
secara ini kan kesannya kayak sama-sama sudah terjadi di masa lalu gitu.
Sorry, simple dan past continuous pertanyaannya itu. Simple continuous dengan past continuous gitu.
Kalau simple tuh sudah aja biasa. Kalau past continuous sedang terjadi di masa lampau gitu loh. Jadi sedang itu maksudnya gimana ya? Waktu pas masa lalu itu kita tuh ngejelasin pas lagi dia kejadian itu. Nah, gitu sih. Emang sih agak bertele-tele ya, malesin banget ini bahasa Inggris sebetulnya. Cuma nanti ada penggunaannya gitu. Ada yang saat itu bisa dipakai. Contohnya ini, waktu pas 10.30 nih Tom dan Jerry ini, ini terlalu simple ya saya buat ininya ya. Habis kalau kita buat yang lebih advance, nanti malah jelimet. Dan nanti ada akarnya sih nanti di bawah di next slide-nya nanti akan ada yang connected with this.
Sorry, Hapkasang mungkin yang ditanyakan Mei, ini nggak apa-apa ya jadi diskusi ya, menarik sih sebetulnya. Oke, ini mungkin yang ditanyakan Mei ini yang ini ya terkait dengan contoh yang ditampilkan di layar kali ya Mei ya.
Iya kurang lebih.
Yang ini ya, yang simple berarti simple past, yang ditanyakan bukan simple continuous artinya. Berarti simple past, apa bedanya simple past dengan past continuous gitu? Ini kan ada contoh tuh, yang dengan kalimat yang relatif sama ya, maksudnya secara kontennya Tom and Jerry played tennis yesterday, kan begitu ya? Sedangkan yang di bawahnya, at 10:30 Tom and Jerry were playing tennis. Kalau kita melihat dari contoh kalimat yang di atas, memang kita agak susah membedakannya. Nah, cuman saya mungkin memberikan satu insight aja, Hapkasang. Kalau past continuous itu biasanya kemunculannya itu dia tidak berdiri sendiri. Jadi kemunculannya itu dihubungkan dengan kalimat yang lain. Misalnya, ketika sesuatu sedang terjadi ya di masa yang lalu begitu dan sesuatu yang lain terjadi gitu mengikuti. For example like this, at 10:30 saya yang past continuous dulu ya. Misalnya at 10:30 Tom and Jerry were playing tennis when tidak ada tambahan kalimat yang lainnya.
Itu beda lagi.
Dengan begitu nanti akan jadi lebih jelas penggunaan si past continuous gitu. So at 10:30 Tom and Jerry were playing tennis. Pada jam 10.30, entah itu kemarin atau minggu lalu atau bulan lalu, di sini tidak dituliskan ya, tapi yang jelas di masa yang lampau, Tom and Jerry were playing tennis. Tom dan Jerry sedang bermain tenis hari ini, tapi tidak saat sekarang ya, hari ini tapi sudah lewat misalnya tadi pagi. So at 10:30, Tom and Jerry were playing tennis. Ada kejadian lain yang terjadi di masa tersebut gitu. So at 10:30, Tom and Jerry were playing tennis when, for example, rain started misalnya, ketika hujan mulai. Jadi ketika mereka tuh lagi asik main tenis, hujan mulai. Itu kan kejadiannya dua-duanya di waktu yang lampau. Jadi tentu dua-duanya harus dalam bentuk lampau. Cuman karena yang pertama sedang terjadi, ada sedangnya, maka harus pakai past continuous. Yang satu menyusul, tidak sedang. Itu kan untuk menunjukkan terjadi saat itu. Jadi pakainya started raining atau rain started atau it started raining, bisa seperti itu. Jadi penggunaan past continuous di situ lebih jelas, Kak Pasang.
Oh ya,
Nah,
betul sih.
sedangkan untuk yang simple past seperti contoh di atas ya yang sudah dituliskan oleh Hapasang di sini cukup sih. Tom and Jerry play tennis yesterday. Udah jelas ya. Kayak
Cukup gitu
kapannya sudah ada dan kemudian tidak harus didukung oleh kalimat yang lain. Something like that.
Betul.
So hopefully it can helps to explain the things to May.
This helps actually. And May terjelasan justru tapi yang lagi nanya ya.
Ya.
Cukup nggak itu penjelasannya?
Lebih jelas.
Oke. Nah jadi thank you Kang Jo sebetulnya. But there's actually sedikit a spoiler about my next slides actually. Jadi masih ada slide nanti selanjutnya. Gitu itu yang di akhir sebetulnya agak-agak sedikit di akhir.
Okay, so I'll be more patient then.
No. A little bit teaser actually. Sometimes teasing can make the whole program is actually interesting also. Yeah. And okay. Jadi ya begitu ya. Kalau saya boleh mungkin ngutip lagi ya mungkin kalau yang simple itu jadi memang cuma gitu aja terjadi di masa lampau set. Ya. Kalau yang past continuous itu pas lagi kejadiannya itu di masa lampaunya kan. Contohnya di sini jam 10.30 Tom dan Jerry lagi main tenis. Kita ngejelasin waktu yang lebih detailnya gitu kan ya. Waktu itu mereka lagi ngapain. Gitu. Oke. Nah, kalau tadi Kang Herbal bilang kan te imashita kalau bahasa Jepang ya. Oke, lanjut ke past perfect continuous. Ini past perfect terus tambahan continuous gitu kan. Nah, ini digunakan untuk menyatakan kegiatan terjadi di masa yang lebih lawas, maksudnya lebih jadul lagi, tapi masih ada hubungannya dengan kejadian di masa ini. Gimana tuh? Langsung ke contoh aja. Mickey and Minnie were tired because they had been playing tennis for 2 hours. Jadinya gimana nih? Ya itu. Kejadiannya waktu lampau itu, ada kejadian yang lebih lampau lagi yang mempengaruhi. Gitu ya. Ngapain dibuat pola lagi?
Mas,
gitu kan?
Ini masih berjalan sampai sekarang ya?
Oh,
kan continuous ya, berarti masih
nggak harus. Ini contohnya Mickey dan Minnie masa capek terus-terusan sampai sekarang. Nggak harus.
Yang had been playing, berarti saat itu dia masih main ya?
Oh iya betul. Jadi sampai kurun waktu yang sebelumnya itu masih main gitu ya kan. Kita lagi ngejelasin kurun waktu ini. Nah dia tuh ngelakuinnya pas sebelumnya. Nah di sebelumnya ini sampai sini dia masih ngelakuin gitu kan. Betul.
Oke. Makasih.
Nah kalau misalnya kita ngejelasin ini sebelumnya pernah main, nggak nyambung dong. Bisa juga ya. Despite dari kayak gitu, intinya yang masih terhubung lah, gitu aja sih sebetulnya. Sebenarnya nggak harus yang masih dilakukan terus-menerus ya. Nah tapi ini kebetulan saya yang ini had been playing tennis for 2 hours, jadi selama 2 jam itu mereka sudah main lagi, bermain tenis itu. Gimana ya? Ini aja sih maksudnya, ini kan dasarnya sebetulnya ya, simple, perfect, continuous, sama perfect continuous. Semua tenses bukan cuma past doang ya, ada semua ya. Bedanya ini adalah untuk yang lampaunya. Gitu aja sih sebetulnya. Oke. Ada yang mau ditanyakan? Nggak apa-apa sih, kalau ada lagi.
No.
Oke, kalau gitu kita lanjut ya. Nah, untuk verb-nya ini mungkin ya udah familiar ya, ada tadi contohnya ini salah satu dari verb 1, verb 2, dan verb 3. Close, closed. Terus cleaned. Terus jumped, jumped. Laugh, love, laughed. Sama listen, listen, and listened. Like, liked, liked. Terus love, loved, loved. Nah ini apa nih kira-kira penggunaannya? Dia cuma tinggal pakai, ya betul, pakai ed aja tinggal di belakangnya ya. Ini buat past verbs-nya ya. Nah ini mah mungkin nggak usah dikasih rumus-rumus apa ya, orang cuma tinggal tambah ed beneran literally. Nah selanjutnya ada irregular verb. Nah ini yang nggak bisa kita rumuskan ya. Ini cukup di hafal aja. Ya. Ini verb 1, verb 2, verb 3-nya. Ini mungkin zaman sekolah mungkin sudah pernah belajar atau mungkin sebelumnya ada yang kursus juga belajar ya. Nah, ini come, came, come, terus cut, cut, cut. Ada yang sama ya kayak gitu. Dia ada yang ya kayak gitu. Do, did, done, eat, ate, eaten, find, found. Ini sih metodenya saya cuma ngapalin doang ya, nggak ada lagi. Dan bukan cuma segini, ada banyak. Ini cuma sampel ya. Oke, ya. Kalau nggak ada pertanyaan, mungkin saya akan lanjutkan. Nah, kemudian yang terkait lagi ada auxiliaries. Auxiliaries ini ada yang masih bingung nggak ini dalam penggunaan was sama were. Ini saya mungkin ngambil contoh, ada dua contoh soal. I bla 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 pakai was atau were her boyfriend last year. We bla 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 at Yuna's house yesterday. Ini pakai was atau were, yang atas atau yang bawah? Kang Joanna dilarang menjawab, boleh?
Yang atas was.
Yang atas was dari dinas, oke. Yang bawah?
Were.
Were. Oke, ada yang setuju tidak setuju? Atas was, bawah were. Oke, jawabannya betul. Ya, yang atas ini I was her boyfriend last year. Ya, we were at Yuna's house yesterday. Kalau gitu penggunaannya tahu dong. Ini auxiliaries ini yang mana yang pakai was, yang mana yang pakai were. Was atau were ini dia tuh dari mana sih? Kalau kita, ya.
Was itu kata ganti orang pertama ya, kayak she, he, it. Kalau were, kalau were itu kata ganti jamak ya.
Jamak.
Kayak we, were, we, they.
We, they.
They, apa ya? Bingung.
Ya. Ya betul. Ini untuk yang plural gitu ya, untuk pakai word ini ya. Nah, was ini untuk yang single. Ya single bukan berarti apa belum married atau ini ya, apa jomblo juga ya. Maksudnya pacaran juga tetap aja. Maksudnya dia sendiri tetap ya he gitu ya, she atau it gitu ya. Nggak usah baper. Kemudian untuk to be ini ya auxiliaries ini ya dia tuh was, berarti kan itu dia menempati dari yang, kalau yang biasanya yang simpelnya tuh dia untuk yang present maksudnya ya dia pakainya yang ini yang M is ya kan. Kalau yang ini pakai yang R. Oke. Nah ini to be ini dipakai untuk yang tadi, untuk yang simple past sama yang past continuous. Past continuous itu contohnya yaitu apa ya tadi itu Tom and Jerry were playing tennis at 9:30 gitu ya kan. Were gitu kan, dia pakai were tadi. Nah, kemudian yang paling gampang sih dari auxiliary dia tuh ada to have, ya to have itu dia cuma satu ya. Ini nggak usah dibahas, dia cuma pakai had doang ya. Enaknya ya. She had what's double? Had her lunch, so she wasn't hungry. Ya. Terus yang kedua, they had already gone when I arrived. Ini dia nggak berubah ya, despite of the plural or single gitu ya. Tetap had pakainya. Oke, nggak ada pertanyaan? Atau pernyataan?
Itu kalau Mas, kalau yang she had her lunch ini saya lupa deh teorinya ini apa ya? Lupa.
Tunggu ya. Maksudnya Dina Sang ini, mohon maaf jangan panggil saya Mas, saya bukan tukang bakso, jadi mohon panggil saya aja Hapka ya.
Hapka Sang.
Oke.
Ya.
Gimana tadi Mas? Apa tadi?
Mr. Hapka, can you explain me how we apa sih distinguish had ya, penggunaannya had itu saya lupa. Dulu pernah diajarin cuma lupa.
This is actually she had her lunch, so she wasn't hungry. This is correct? I thought this is I was typo. Is it exist? Kang Jo? Is that exist?
Oke, aku izin bicara ya, Hapka Sang ya. Ini yang ditanyakan oleh Dina, yang ini kan maksud contoh kalimat yang kedua dari bawah ya, Dina Sang ya.
Mungkin verbanya ya.
Oke, begini. Ini sebetulnya sudah betul.
Salah, emang.
Betul.
Betul ada kayak gitu.
Itu Hapka Sang yang nulis.
Saya nggak gitu. Saya she had her lunch so she wasn't hungry.
Oh, oke. You know what? Ini betul, sebetulnya nggak masalah. Jadi begini, tadi yang Dina Sang tanyakan itu, ini kan sebetulnya pernah belajar ini, cuman lupakan teorinya apa, kan begitu ya? Oke, jadi untuk yang kalimat yang di bawah ini, she had her lunch, so she wasn't hungry. Pertama harus kita pahami, had yang pertama itu untuk pola kalimat yang past perfect. Had diikuti oleh verb ketiga, ya. Pola kalimatnya kan had diikuti oleh verb ketiga. Had yang kedua itu bagian dari kata kerja have her lunch. Jadi ya have her lunch. Jadi kalau have her lunch muncul dalam pola kalimat past perfect, ya tentu nanti dia harus berubah menjadi verb ketiga seperti yang tadi disampaikan oleh Hapka Sang di slide yang kedua. Yang tadi tuh slide kedua apa yang ketiga yang menunjukkan irregular verb. Ya, irregular verb kan have berubah menjadi had, betul. Nah, kalau kata kerja have gitu ya, have lunch atau have dinner atau have breakfast kan begitu ya, itu kata kerja yang bukan hanya satu kata saja. Nah, tentu nanti mengikuti ketika dia ditempatkan dalam bentuk pola tenses past perfect, ya tentu dia harus berubah menjadi had. Jadi had yang pertama bagian dari pola kalimat tenses past perfect-nya sendiri, yaitu had harus diikuti oleh verb ketiga, sedangkan had yang ada di sampingnya ini merupakan kata kerjanya sendiri, yang tentu saja dia harus dalam bentuk verb ketiga karena muncul dalam past perfect tadi. Teorinya seperti itu, teori tensesnya seperti itu.
Oke.
So she had, kalau misalnya kita berbicara arti, she had her lunch so she wasn't hungry. Dia itu sudah merasa, dia sudah makan gitu ya, maksudnya dia sudah makan siang sehingga dia tidak merasa lapar lagi. Ini kejadiannya kapan? Karena semuanya dituliskan dalam bentuk lampau, oke, tentu ini kejadiannya sebelum kita berbicara sekarang, begitu. Nah, ada dua kejadian yang terjadi. Satu kejadian terjadi sebelumnya, yang makan tadi itu kejadiannya sebelumnya. Nah, hasilnya dia tidak merasa lapar, begitu. So, there is no problem with this sentence, Hapka Sang.
Oke.
Tidak typo juga. Ini memang ada alasannya kenapa harus ada dua head seperti ini.
Oke.
Begitu. Mudah-mudahan membantu menjelaskan Hapka Sang dan Dina Sang. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kang Jo. Oke.
Thank you.
Ada lagi yang mau ditanyakan atau ada tambahan? Oke, kalau sudah mungkin kita move ke next slide. Okay, this is what you actually been mentioned before. That's the two tenses. When we fusing two tenses into one, dari menggabungkan dua tenses menjadi satu kalimat komplit. Nah, ini yang tadi sebetulnya untuk belajar lebih advance dalam bahasa ya, terutama ya kita tuh menggabungkan dua kalimat itu ya salah satunya adalah penggunaan kata penghubung yaitu when, before, after, but, because, and so on gitu kan. Kemudian ini salah satu contohnya, I was walking home when I met you, Susan gitu kan. Terus I had been cooking when my brother arrived. Lucy didn't want to go to the cinema because she had already watched the movie. Then Jorgen had written to Luna many times, but she never replied. Ini untuk penggunaannya sebetulnya itu menurut saya ini, kalau saya kebetulan orang yang lebih ke Jicide Manabu gitu ya. Jadi saya itu sebenarnya untuk teori, kalau saya disuruh nanya, maksudnya ini tuh yang mana ya, past perfect atau simple perfect and so on. Waktu awalnya itu saya tuh nggak begitu ini ya, nggak begitu ngeh. Cuma maksudnya untuk penggunaannya yang penting itu kalimatnya itu betul atau enggak. Kayak gitu aja sih. Nah tadi mungkin kalau yang dibilang Kang Jo, itu bagusnya adalah kita jadinya belajar untuk lebih apa ya, untuk lebih aware sama si kalimat yang benar atau tidaknya itu ya kan. Oke, nah itu kalau menurut saya ya belajarnya itu kita dari apa ya, dari banyak baca sih sebetulnya ya kan, baca dengan lihat atau dengar orang gitu ya kan, lihat banyak contoh pola kalimat, gitu aja sih. Nah ini untuk penggunaan when, before, after, but, because ini mah mungkin udah pada tahu juga lah ya. Nah itu cuma tadi jadinya saat setelah atau di antara mereka itu ada, kalau yang ada yang pakai setelahnya, maksudnya awalnya pakai pas, setelahnya pun harus pakai pas lagi gitu ya. Oke, sudah ada yang mau ditanyakan lagi? Tapi tergantung sih, kalau misalnya kita mau pakai yang sebelumnya pas, terus selanjutnya ada future. When I was a kid, I would, enggak ding, tetap aja pakai pas dua-duanya. Oke. Dari saya kalau bisa tidak ada yang ditanyakan, sudah sih sebetulnya ya. Yang tadi seperti yang sudah sampaikan ya, belajar untuk pasti tidak harus hafalkan semua kata kerja ya, 1, 2, 3, tidak juga mengingat semua rumus atau pola kalimat tersebut. Dia bilang ya, kita cuma perlu duduk manis coba mengamati cara penggunaannya aja sih. Misalnya ini kita mau pakai ini, guna ini untuk apa aja. Kita nggak perlu ngapalin ini simple past tense, ke past ini nggak perlu sih sebetulnya. Cuma yang penting itu adalah kita bisa paham penggunaannya aja sih. Nah, ini perbanyak latihan dan membuat pemahaman kita itu jadi makin keasah. Kayak gitu aja. Apa yang kita mau sampaikan gitu ya. Contohnya kita nanti coba di session selanjutnya sebetulnya yang kita akan coba untuk latihannya ini. Nah, selanjutnya ini sebenarnya it's more into the free discussion session. So we want, since the topic is about the yesterday and past tense, yeah. So we'll be discussing about the past, and the hint is what is the most the most momentum event that had happened to your life, or maybe just simply something that you want to share to us, something that happened in the past. Since actually, if we have more than 10 people, we're gonna have a breakout session, and then you will be divided into some group, and we'll be discussing by the group. But since we are only have a 10 person in here, so are you guys willing to be sharing and maybe having latihan mungkin ya sedikit ya untuk belajar membuat past tense gitu, nggak apa-apa ya, sharing apa aja sih, nggak harus yang tadi saya bilang momentum, nggak perlu ya, mungkin untuk yang mau sharing tentang pokoknya gimana aja, apa what had happened in the past, atau mungkin nggak harus related with ourselves gitu, just make one story, not story, maybe just one information, that's enough. Okay, will be starting for me probably atau gimana ya. Okay, what kind of story I have?
Start by asking questions to everybody, simple question Hapkasang, so it can give an idea for everybody to tell the
gitu
story.
Ya?
For example,
if you want to digging story ya.
Simply ask the questions and then we can have a discussion. For example, let me just ask you, so Hapkasang can tell his gloomy past story. So how was your relationship with your ex-girlfriend, for example?
What?
Okay, so I believe that you didn't want to tell me about that, right? Or to tell us about that in this forum. So let me just change the question, for example. So Hapkasang, how did you? Well, tell us your experience in Japan, because I know that you were in Japan a long time ago, actually, right? So could you just tell us a piece of your story from your experience in Japan, so it will relate to everybody, then everyone can also share the same thing. Let's just start there, and we can ask the other people also to tell their past, so can be exactly the same thing about their experience in Japan, or something else, so it will be up to them actually, right? But to start, okay, so Hapka, let us just listen your story.
Thank you, Kanjo, for change the subject. Okay. Okay. Previously, yes, I did. I went to Japan before, and I were working for the Indonesian Japanese company, and they sent me to Japan because they were planning to make me have some position in here in Indonesia. Yet afterwards, because just tell about the story when I went to Japan. Yeah. Okay. So that's why I went to Japan for 3 years. 3 years setup, and then I lived in Chiba Prefecture, Funabashi City, and now I was really happy because I could learn. No, it's either we can use Canada. I could learn the Japanese literature, and also the technology, and also the working ethics. So it was a good opportunity to me. So yeah, I'm sorry. So that's all from me, Anjo. And so because of that, then maybe after you asking me, so I can just throw the question to another person. Yeah, maybe gitu ya. Kita mainnya gitu aja kali ya.
Yeah. It could be simpler actually, right? Okay, so to give the ideas to everyone, so they can tell the story. Okay. We can just simply give them the freedom. Maybe they want to say something about their past, something which is fun for them, no problem at all. So we also have some newcomers here. So we have Betty, right? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Sutoro is coming back. Yeah, di sini ada Sutoro, so we have Sutoro and also Tors. I guess these two accounts are from the same person. I don't know.
Oh, this is from the same person. Okay.
I think so. I think so. And what
Okay.
about the others? Yeah, okay. So you can just simply ask the other.
Okay, I can throw to May. Hello, May.
Yes.
Yes. How did you even went to Japan? I mean, can you explain? You know, I mean, or what is the? I mean, you were working at Yogyakarta, at the Central Jakarta, right? Before,
Yeah.
and how did you end up to went to Japan? Also, this is also about the going to Japan.
Well, actually, I just while looking for a job. I mean, well, Corona happened and everything. Then after Corona happened, and then I think I doing my job as a freelance translator in freelance translator. But it not really going not too well, and well, something happened.
Using past tense, it didn't went well.
It didn't went well, and well, something happened in my home, so I think that I might be so I think I might be better try to find a new job. Well, there was a lot of choice back then, whether I try to
Really?
find no.
Back then?
No, I mean, when before I decided to find a job, I mean, what kind of job that I want, I made a choice for and myself, like I want to should I do this or this or this, like
I
I
mean, you
make
mean the options were really but there's a much option that you can do gitu ya.
I mean, what kind of option should I choose? That it is not that I have so many options, but I need to like what to choose which one that I really want to do the most. And so and back then
Okay.
I kind of want to back to Japan again, but I don't know if I could. So I just decide if I didn't get any offer to Japan in 2022, then I rather choose to work in Indonesia, maybe back in Jakarta, or just continue as my freelance translator and doing harder maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So before no, I'm using the two tenses. So before you apa you before this you went to Japan also? I mean,
Yes.
before you went to Japan, before you currently went to Japan, did you went to Japan before?
Yeah, I went to Japan once in 2012 to 2016. But I go back home, and then I'm working in Jakarta.
2012 and 2016, okay, and then you back to Jakarta.
And then I'm working in Jakarta, and then Corona happened. I went back to my family home, and then continue working as a freelance translator. And then I'm doing several interview for job while looking at opportunity if I can go back to
You did,
job.
yeah.
And then I did get the offer.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So you can just throw to another person that you want to.
Then
Mesa.
yes, then to
Who's the next person?
Miss Dina.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I have a broken English. Not please. So what kind of thing that you want to know about me? So we just start talking.
Mei-san, do you have a particular question, or do you,
Why you decided to join this meeting?
okay.
Maybe a couple of days ago, I received some invitation, Zoom invitation, which sent by Miss Asti, right, administrator. And I think I need to, and I like the theme. It's about tenses. I don't have a good skill in English, and it's a very long time. I haven't studied.
You probably spell it wrong, not ST, iced tea.
Iced tea, yeah.
Yes, Miss Iced Tea.
Miss Iced Tea. I'm sorry. And I think digging tenses is very important for me, because sometimes I don't know how to say it, but sometimes I need to translate English Indonesian, not only Japanese Indonesian, but also English Indonesian. So I think I need to dig my tenses, because this is my weaknesses. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mei-chan.
Okay, then Miss Tina, can you
Choose.
point? Oh yes, another person.
Maybe Miss Fajri.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm here. Yeah, it's
I thought
okay.
you were a girl.
No.
Miss Fajri,
Yes.
can you tell me about your childhood? I'm sorry, it's quite difficult. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My full name is Fajri Nofatmawati, but you can call me just Fajri. And I was born in the city named Gresik. It's in East Java. And I spent my childhood and until high school, I spent my time there in that city. And in 2015, I moved to Malang because I have to continue my study at Brawijaya University. And after that, I went to Japan twice actually, but the longest one when it was in 2018 to 2019 because I was studying at Kanazawa University. And after that, I went back home and I stay in Jakarta. I'm staying in Jakarta for now. Thank you.
You have a very good English. British accent. Thank you.
Yeah, I actually like the Harry Potter series about the books and the movies. And by there, I think I learned my English. Thank you very much for the question.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have a strong British accent actually.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering, Hapka, can I say something?
Okay, of course.
Okay, so Fajri, Miss Fajri, right?
Yeah.
I believe that you can speak English, both English and also Japanese, right? Equally perfect, like what you have just said earlier.
I don't think so. My Japanese is still need to be improved because it's very hard to learn the kanji, especially for the N1.
Yeah, of
and
course.
for
right.
now, yeah, I was taking the GLPT for the N1 test twice, and I failed. And this year I'm trying to take it again in July.
Okay, so don't worry. Welcome to the group. I'm also the one who failed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
What are you? What do you do now? So you are a Japanese or English interpreter, or what do you do
actually a Japanese interpreter, but sometimes
my company have like a client or sometimes guests that speak English, and I just do the interpreting for that for English too.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh, okay.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Okay, so really nice to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So now, Fajri, you can point to another person.
Okay, wait. So I believe Mr. Sutoro here. Is he here?
Yes, I am here.
Hello.
Miss Fajri,
Yeah.
hello.
Hello. Okay.
Thank you for
So
calling me.
okay. So I just want to ask something. Can you tell me why did you choose to learn Japanese at the first place? Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Please repeat. My English not too good. Instead of speaking English, I am more confident in Japanese. I'm so sorry. Please repeat your question, Miss.
Oh, okay. So I would like to ask you, why did you choose to learn Japanese language? Hello?
Okay.
なぜ日本語
Okay.
日本語を勉強することを選びましたか？
Okay. Actually, I'm using Japanese when I work at on Japan. So I am living on Japan for 3 years as Kenshuse. So must be know Japanese, right? Can you hear me, Miss Fajri?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I
I'm so
can hear
sorry.
you too.
I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous.
Take it easy, Mr. Sutoro. Take it easy. You know, Pak Sutoro is actually my old friend. I met him.
Oh.
Yeah, I met him in one company in the Karawang Barat, yeah, Pak Sutoro, yeah.
Oh.
And yeah, I know that his Japanese is really good actually, and he has a very good
Yes.
position in his company, and he uses Japanese a lot, and I know him a lot actually. But your English can be perfectly understood, so no problem at all. So okay, gambatte kudasai, no problem at all.
I think practice make me perfect, right?
Yes, of course. Practices will make us. I mean, this is also one of the practice that we are trying to be held in this program actually. And Mr. Sutoro, so you can point out another person probably. No. Boleh. You can point another person. Who do you want to ask to?
Okay. I'm so sorry. Maybe in my area not good for signal. So
Your
I
signal is not
will
good.
ask for
Yeah.
That's okay. We can hear you
anyone.
now.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of,
Yes.
disconnected several times.
Yes.
So Hapka, actually, there is only one left. Yeah, Oppo A96. Who hasn't got the chance to speak?
Oh, he is. I believe he was in. Oh yeah. He's still here.
Mm-hmm.
Is it him or her? We still don't know.
Mm-hmm. So simply just us.
Okay. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Oppo N96. Hello. or maybe away from keyboard. Okay, maybe it's a he or it's a him or her is away from keyboard. Or maybe this is just another device that being used by someone in already here. No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
That's okay. Just let's move on to the other things.
Okay. So berarti kan jodoh.
I haven't got my chance. What should I say? There are a lot of story that I want to say actually, something, because simply I'm the oldest, obviously, in this group, right? So if you if you're wondering who has the most stories, that the answer would be me actually, right? So I have a lot of things to pick out of the past stories that I have, but I'm just confused which one that I have to tell you now.
Oh, please, sir.
So
we
I know.
always amazed with your stories.
No. Because today is Mr. Hapka's program, which is MES actually, right? The motivational English sharing. So my story would have to be something related to English learning process that I did. Maybe that would be interesting. So my educational background, my formal educational background is not English. I used to study in the Japanese department in Pajajaran University years ago. I guess at that time I was taking Diploma 3. And then I managed to continue my study to complete my S1 only 4 years ago in 2019. I started to complete my bachelor degree in one other university, in Widyatama University in Bandung. And that was, my story about how I learned Japanese formally. But if you are wondering how could I be able to speak English, as I told you earlier, that I didn't study in a formal way. It means that I didn't go to university to study English in a formal way. But when I was in the senior high school, I took an English course in Bandung area at a time. So maybe, I don't know, I'm not really sure that you are familiar with an English course called Harvard English course at a time. So I studied for about 9 months, and I completed my advanced level at a time. Okay, the funny thing was that my level was advanced. Advanced is supposed, to be able to speak English fluently, actually, right? Because we were in advanced level. But what happened was that, okay, so I completed that level. I had a certificate, but then I found myself that I couldn't speak English that well. And my friend from that course invited me to go to an English club, in Bandung. Now it doesn't exist anymore, but at the times it was very popular in Bandung area. Many people who wanted to speak English, to practice their English. We went there to that English club. So it is an English club, free of charge actually. So when you want to speak English, simply come there. There was no social media like what we have today, of course, right? I guess so everything was physical.
You mean it still exists?
Sorry?
You mean it still exists?
What is the Lexus?
It still exists.
Oh, okay. So, well, it doesn't exist anymore actually, but at the time it was really popular, and everyone who wanted to study, not really study actually, to practice their English, simply could go there and met some people with the same interest in practicing their English. So I decided to go there together with my friend. The first day I was there, I was amazed by how great, how perfect, Indonesian people at the times in that club spoke English. And I was just thinking this way, today, or maybe, the next meeting and next meeting, I would be simply a passive listener. But someday in the futures, I could be one of them. I could be, someone who could express their idea in a very good English, things like that. And then I didn't give up, even though sometimes I couldn't understand what the people were talking about in that club. But I insisted myself to keep coming, and Alhamdulillah, say 6 months after that, I could be able to be part of the discussions. I could be, I could express my idea even better in English, and I learned a lot from what other people said and also what other people did with their English, things like that. And I didn't leave that English course for many years to come. And in one moment, in one year, I was chosen to be the president of that club. Alhamdulillah. After I don't know, maybe after I don't know, maybe after 5 years I joined, and then I got the opportunity to be one of the presidents. So that was my experience on how to make my English better, to improve my English. So that was one of my way. And the other way of how I can improve my English is actually by teaching. So Hapka is now teaching English, and I believe that some of you maybe has an experience of teaching English, and teaching English is actually a very effective way of improving our own ability. So I did English teaching activity for several years actually, but now I'm not really active anymore in teaching English. I only have 1 or 2 private classes, because now I switch my professions into another profession, but still related to English, which is English interpreter actually. So I don't really have much time to teach. But in the past, I was an active English teacher. I had a lot of classes, and I found myself get the benefit by having that activity, because at the same time it also improved my English ability. So that was the story that I could share to you. Hopefully you can get something out of my story. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Kang Jo. That's a very amazing story, actually. Yeah, this is really related to the motivational English stories. Yeah, and that's interesting that you mentioned that when we teaching somebody English, it actually improve our own language, our own language
ability. Yes,
ability, and also actually that because that we are forced that I mean, for those who don't have any interest. I mean, not that you don't have any interest. I mean, you don't have a specific interest to open the all of the rules of the language and things. So you are forced to open all of the detailed sentences and all of the rule of the languages, so that you can learn from what do you want to teach to another person. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do to improve your language always. And yeah, not even in English. So even in the Japanese, it maybe can be related to English. I mean, when you that before that Kang Heru is also mentioning that what he learned, because there is also past tense in Japanese, even though this is a little bit different. Like Kang Jo said, that English have a little bit complex of the tenses, that there's a lot more tenses rules compared to Japanese, when the Japanese have the simpler past tense. So it may be be a little help if we comparing to Indonesian, which we don't have any past tenses or things. So like just said, do whatever you can to learn. Okay.
Hapka, we have ST here actually. Don't forget.
Oh iya ya. ST dari tadi soalnya when I'm mocking her, he don't even react. So he probably just not online, away from keyboard also. Hello, iced tea.
She is definitely online, I believe, because we are now live on YouTube.
Udah
And
pakai dibawa-bawa.
Oh, iya ada rupanya. Oke, berarti Kang Jo ini dong. You can point to. You already pointing me, so I'm sorry.
So you were the first one to tell the story, actually, right? So okay, so if there is no other one who want to tell the story, we can just simply discuss, ask each other. So I'm open to be asked. I guess so, if you do have any questions, but the question can be addressed not only to me but to anybody. I guess yeah, we still
open
have time.
question gitu ya.
Yeah, exactly. So the question can be asked to Hamka, can be asked to anybody, actually. So simply having a discussion. So it is not, we don't want to make it as an interview, I believe, right, Hamka?
Of course. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Because, interviewing will be tense, actually. So we don't want to have it that way.
That's
Is there any
actually my
questions?
plan. Actually, I did wanted to having an open question, but not coming from the audience before. But it was coming from me. So the one who want to answer to that question, and I did ask, but I think the way that you did that to point out another person is actually better, because no one will raise their hands to like an open question.
So
But
now let's just
now,
stop. Let's now just stop talking and give the opportunity to the other one to speak.
Okay.
Okay, anybody?
Anyone? Hello.
Okay,
anyone
so
want to speak out? You can point another open question, actually, just like the idea, or maybe you want to tell stories.
Okay,
so
well,
we still have 20 minutes now. I mean, for the digging the past tense, anything can relate it to the past tense.
Exactly.
According to this title.
Simply talking about something that happened this morning, for example, it will relate to the usage of past tense, right?
Yeah, it's not always about your romance.
It doesn't have to be that way. And nobody, I believe. So it seems to us that we have to ask another one. So yeah, Dina is still there. Okay, well, Dina, can you just open your mic?
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm impressed, actually, with you, because it seems to me that you're someone who has a lot of energy and also motivations to learn a lot of things, right? I guess so.
We got that far from her.
Not really.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess so. What is your motivations in learning many things, actually? For example, now we are learning together, so we are sharing together something related to English, and you are joining. And how could that happen? So what motivates you?
I like many things. Yeah. I think that I'm not I don't have a good skill. I don't have a particular skills, except I like foreign language. I'm learning Japanese, Korean, English, and I really love language. I love language, so that's my motivation to learn and learn. And not only that, I also like culture, anthropology, and so on, because I'm teaching too in high school in Bogor. So I think teacher need to upgrade their skills in every single things they have to. That will be very important to, like.
What do you teach in English school?
I'm teaching Indonesian and Japanese
Oh,
in high school.
Okay.
Indonesian language.
And also Japanese?
Also Japanese. Yeah. That's my motivation. So I think being a teacher is very fun thing. I think. I'm sorry, my English is broken.
No. It's still good.
Yeah, no problem at all. We don't have an issue with your English. We can perfectly follow you. No problem at all.
And by joining this kind of webinar, I met very impressive persons, not only Kang Jo and Mr. Hapka, but also many people that very suburb. I think a very great person and have a very good command in Japanese and English as well, and many things. And also they are very humble. I'm impressed of the personalities of the members of Kijang, and I will, inshallah, I will keep joining these events, inshallah. Thank you. That's all.
Dina, thank you very much. That was impressive. And Dina also, someone who's really careful in expressing herself in English. And what make me impressed is that you are picking up, the words, which is not really common, for other people to use actually. And it shows that actually you really have, very great basic of English. And maybe all these times you simply haven't got many chances or many opportunities to put your English into practice, right? So hopefully, with this MES, this community, Kijang or Komunitas Interpreter Jepang, is actually closely related to Japanese, but we think that English is also something that we need to learn to support.
Indeed.
To support our professions as a Japanese interpreter and also as a Japanese translator, right? And Hapka here has a very good potentials in English, and I love.
Yeah, indeed.
I believe that everybody agree with me that Hapka has a very great pronunciations in terms of saying thing in English, right? And that is something that we can learn from him. And hopefully Hapka can be always with us as the coordinators of this MES, this program. One of the programs in the Kijang, motivational English sharing, right? I guess hopefully this is not the first one that we do after such a long time, after pandemic situations, but it will be a good starting point. So we are waiting. MES can be conducted, I don't know, at least once in a month or something. So we have a chance, we have, or even, more frequently. So we have a chance to meet again and to have this kind of, opportunity to learn together, things like that. Right, Hapka?
Yes. Well, previously, actually, historically, the MES is actually held offline before by Kang Jo, and mostly by Kang Jo. So it always held by his own creativity. And afterwards, because the pandemics occurred, so we tried to have the MES online, and we had like a MES season 1 before, and then it stopped there, and after 2 years, now is the first time we have this season 2 of the MES. So for this sequel, we are trying to learn the languages, the tenses. I mean, sorry, digging the tenses.
Okay. So carry on with that, with the things that you have planned, Hapka, and we are going to support you with all.
Thank you very much.
May, are you still there, May?
Yes, I'm still here. I'm still watching
watching
and hearing.
Watching. You should be joining us.
So just get into the conversation, May. Okay, so don't act as a guest. You are part of us, and you have to even contribute your ideas even more. And what about your job now? So everything is okay there in Japan?
Fortunately, yes. I mean, after moving to the new place, at least it just much better than the former place.
So you are transferred to a new company, or it is the same company with Smooth?
No,
Okay.
I'm moving to a new company.
Oh, okay. So is that okay, sir? I'm just wondering actually. Because if you don't mind telling us, because I heard that when you are hired by a company and you can go to Japan, and there must be some, I don't know, the contract that you have to follow or something like that.
Fortunately, there is no contract. It
Oh,
just
Oh, okay.
well, to be honest, I feel a
Really?
little. Yeah, I mean, I'm just hired as a translator for for the last company was want to take the specialized skill worker Tokotei Gino to
Okay.
Japan from Indonesia. So later I should be the
The translator for that
the translator and the one that support and also while taking care of them.
of the Tokutegi knows. Okay.
Yes, but many things happen that
In that company before. Okay. Now I'm getting interested with that statement. Please, you mentioned that you actually went to Japan and you got the visa for that company actually, right? Now that you mentioned that you don't have a contract with that company, how come that the company that can provide you I mean, at least they should have a contract to give to the embassies, right?
Oh, I mean there is no contract that I must work for for a few years or so, but
Oh, okay.
the normal contract I still
Well,
have the
that's
normal
interesting.
contract, but but the contract didn't state that I must
I
work
get it.
for 1 year, 2 years also.
Okay, no, I
That is
get
why
it.
I am able to move to new company.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a little bit tricky about the Japanese, yeah, because the Japanese is actually not get used with the people moving from one company to another company, so that they don't make a concern about the people quitting their job. So they probably don't make that statement in their contract, but they're actually not hoping that you will move to another company as well, probably.
Well, actually, I didn't expect that I'm going to move so fast like this. But well,
Nobody does want to move to another company. You have
but
to do
yeah, but so many things happen and
well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay.
but I think maybe the new place might be a little bit better too than from the former one.
Yeah, well, thanks God. Thanks God. So because you are not in your own country actually, right? Okay, so you have to feel comfortable wherever you are. So when you feel that you are now in a much more comfortable company, so I'm happy for you. And you don't have to tell us the many things that happened in the previous company because we are now live on YouTube. Okay, so
that is why I cannot speak too much.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, we are not digging too much about that actually, but I was simply asking you how you are going, how you were going there now in Japan, and I'm happy, sincerely that everything is okay with you. Now you are living in Kitakyushu, so you are moving to the southern part of Japan actually, right?
Yes.
Southern part of Japan, Fukuoka or something, no, close to that.
In Fukuoka.
Also, you are not in
Actually, it is
Fukuoka.
like a city in Fukuoka.
Okay. When somebody mentioned Fukuoka, it just remind me of my
Girlfriend?
extraordinary boss, my previous extraordinary boss. Then
Okay.
taught me a lot of things actually. I was not, this is live in YouTube, so hopefully he's not listening to me. It was a long, long time ago, but you know what? Blessing in disguise is that when we had a boss, okay, so I'm not pointing out to a particular person, of course, right? And I'm not talking, I'm not trying to say bad things about somebody. But the lesson that I got when we had an extraordinary boss, at that time, our life was miserable actually, right? Okay, and we didn't want to go to our job on daily basis. So the day that I hated very much at that time was Monday actually, because after holiday, then I have to go back to my office and facing that extraordinary ordinary boss.
Okay.
It was really shock actually, right? And but you know what? After that episode of my life ended, and now I work as a freelancer. When I, for example, when I'm assigned in a certain company, and many people tell me that, okay, so be careful with that Japanese, be careful with
Okay.
that Indonesian boss, be careful with a particular person. Then finally, I met that particular person, and then because my benchmark is really high actually, right? My previous
Okay.
boss, very extraordinary. So when
Nobody passed that
finally.
benchmark.
Exactly, right. When I finally met, this person that many people said that you have to be careful with, then I'm just grateful simply because this one, has nothing compared to my previous boss. So I become a really, really strong person actually because of that experience. So sometimes, life teaches you in a hard way, right? May, and I believe that you have that,
Yes.
episode in your life in your previous company. But you know what? The blessing in disguise that you are going to have soon, or maybe you have now feeling that way, that you are becoming stronger to face the challenge in any company that you are going to join in the future. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I think so. I would like after what happened, like okay, maybe it's just like okay, well, like like Kang Jo said.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Okay, so here we still have Fazri, I believe, right? Okay, so for Fajri, do you have any opinions about what we are discussing? Maybe it relates to you. 2 minutes, right? Hapka, because we don't have so much time. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
was
yeah, I
listening.
just want to say that I have to learn all of the things from all the senpais here because I'm still have a very very limited experiences, and for me to grow, but as a person and also a professional, I need to learn and have the advice from all the senpais here. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
we cannot advise you anything actually. Simply listen to our stories, and if the stories relate to you, maybe you can simply take some lesson, right, Halpa? That would be the
Yes.
thing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, I will
we
take
already
all the
get
good
advice
fear
a
too.
lot actually from Kanjo and from all of the members here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everyone here is senior and more experienced than me. So yeah, I will take all of the good fear too for from all of you guys.
Okay, sorry.
Are you talking about my age or
What? Sorry, pardon?
did you talking about the age, or are you talking
No,
about the
no.
experience only?
No, I'm talking about the experiences.
Experiences actually, right?
Yeah, of course.
Fajri, so which social media of Kijang that you have followed?
For now, I think I already follow the Instagram.
The Instagram, okay.
Yeah.
And what else? Yeah, we do have a WhatsApp group actually. So you are now joining with this MS.
Yeah. I also joined the WhatsApp. I actually know the Kijang group from the WhatsApp, and after that I
Really?
follow the Instagram. Yes.
Which WhatsApp group? Sorry to ask you.
I believe the name is FBIJ.
Oh, okay. So that one. Yeah, right.
That one,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so but I believe that you haven't been in our main WhatsApp groups, right? New house. Yeah. So if you want to join that one too, you simply can just contact Trisang. Yeah, Trisang is actually the coordinators of FBIJ. Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
but I
well,
actually joined some of the Japanese interpreter events that guided by Yumiko Sensei.
oh, May, you are actually the member of our Rumah Baru Kijang, right? May, you haven't been there? Not
I
yet.
think
Okay, so
she's also-
not yet. I don't think so. But if
Huh?
you don't feel that way, oh, okay. So simply text me then.
Yeah.
Text me then, May Japri. Okay, Hapka, it is closing to the end of the
Yes,
meeting
okay.
actually. So I'm going to give back, the mic to you. Sorry, and but if you want to say hello to our new, comers, we have Rofi and also the other one just now. Before you close, okay. So I'll let you just have the mic. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah. Yes, okay. Thank you for just joining on the last minutes, Mr. Rifi, I believe, or yes, Mr. Rifi Maliana and
Yes,
Mr.
thank you
Sotoro
for
is
the
also rejoin us. But we are almost closing, and thank you for today for all of the members is already joining this program for today. But we have another sequel for this is yesterday, so you know what will be on the next, according to the wise words that coming. It's actually from the Kung Fu Panda. So yes, next one we will be learning about the future tense. So yeah, you can prepare yourself and you can ask or maybe you can also share there. So the concept about this motivational English sharing is me will be providing the material here, but if you have any concern and or you have any all of your thought about the material I share, you can always share like Kang just already did, and it's really helped us a lot. Thank you. And we learned a lot also from all of you here and within your experience. And I know the past is already past. It means to be the past. So it may be make a little bit emotional when you told us about your past previously, but we have to be move on and we think about the future. So let's meet you and on the next session, the next episode for the future tense. Okay, thank you everyone. If you want to stay around and then you can, oh no, this is a live, so we have to be close the door. Okay, thank you. See you again in the next episode.
Thank you, Mr. Hapka, Kang Yo,
Thank you.
Minasan. Thank you.
See you later again.
Okay.
Terima kasih.
Terima
Thank you.
kasih.
Ini yang Oppo kelihatannya memang